This show is dedicated to a big, gruff teddy bear, Mr. Ross Mack. I am celebrating his life. I am celebrating the life of a man with a bigger-than-life passion for his family, with an endless dedication to all students no matter how they learn. And I am celebrating his ability to embrace and empower all those lucky enough to be called friends. Ross Mack was my friend.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Lo-Fi Lounge. I'm Chris LeRoy. We got film, we got music, we got interviews, and it all starts right now. There will come a time when I can't hear it. There will come a time when I can't see. But when I close my eyes, see what you're telling me. But there will come a time when I can't hear words and melodies. Try to hold me back, see what you're telling me. But you know you is hot for me. Thank you for the opportunity. There will come a time when I can't handle. There will come a time you make me bleed. Try to hold you back, see what you're telling me. Is hot for me, but thank you for the opportunity. Forgiveness. It's gonna be a long apology. And if the years have gone, see what you're telling me. But you know you never take this part from me. Thank you for the opportunity. You need to know we never take this heart from me. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity.
You know, and the neighborhood is like a womb, in a way. It is, you know, a womb with a view.
There's no happy ever after. We're trying to survive. Whole lot of trouble, baby. Whole lot of trouble, baby. Whole lot of trouble in this life.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of Dylan Box. I'm your co-host, Ryan Harsh. With me is...
I'm Chris LeRoy.
And we're glad you can join us once again. Back to discuss another Dylan album. First of all, I want you to, this time, I'm going to do a little something different and see if you can guess what I'm talking about based on a few quotes that the man himself has provided at different time periods.
A challenge.
So we're going to see... this based on the context, if you know. This first one was given to Rolling Stone in 1984.
All right.
Quote, "The Woodstock Nation had overtaken McDougal Street too. There'd be crowds outside my house, and I said, well, F it. I wish these people would just forget about me. I want to do something they can't possibly like, they can't relate to. They'll see it, and they'll listen, and they'll say, well, let's get on to the next person." So that's one there. And then the second one was actually written in his book, Chronicles, which I actually need to reread. It's been a little while. But he said, "Journalists began asking in print, whatever happened to the old hymn? They could go to hell, too. Stories were printed about me trying to find myself, that I was on some eternal search, that I was suffering some kind of internal torment. It all sounded good to me. I released one album, a double one, where I just threw everything I could think of at the wall, and whatever stuck, released it, and then went back and scooped up everything that didn't stick and released that too." Right? Very well stated, of course, in his trademark way. What do you think we're talking about this week?
My guess, and I don't want to spill the beans about this, but it could be self-portrait.
Could be.
Could be. It's got that feel of that era. The double album helps a lot.
That was almost a giveaway right there.
Okay.
Well, let's
see what's if I'm right.
Let's see if you're right.
Go ahead.
I don't really have a prize for you, but reach into the box here.
Yeah.
And we got 2 albums here, but it looks like they're the same. I'll give one to you, and you are correct. So we look at this album. First of all, this album was, I guess the word is, reviled for quite a long time. Maybe especially when it first came out. I had this sitting up. I was playing this the other night, and I had it sitting up on the turntable, and I was just kind of looking at it, and the more I looked at it, the more like disdain I developed for the cover.
Really?
Because I don't like it. It's kind of I mean, I do like it. I'm not gonna say I hate it, but it's different.
It's off-putting.
Is it Dylan?
Well, I always kind of thought that it was the trick being called self-portrait, and I was just sort of drawn to it just because it was different. It looked different, and Dylan had already been through some different phases, but it seemed like a world of potential. There's a double album. Mm-hmm. Bob Dylan is doing it, and he did this picture. He did this painting, and so sight unseen, right. I was just intrigued. How can someone who was so beloved earlier in his rock self, mm-hmm. and who's kind of in this resurgence, what is about that makes this so controversial? What do you think?
Well, I think you got to look at what came before, and with his albums up to this point, it was like nothing was wasted. Everything was pretty much done by him in terms of songs written. Yeah. I mean, and then you have this, and it's a complete hodgepodge. And it starts with the song. It's not even him singing on it. It's 3 minutes of like a chorus almost setting up this, like, it's almost like a movie to me. When the album starts up, right, all the tired horses, it just kind of fades in. It's like a movie's opening credits when I hear it. And so it kind of introduces, like, and Grill Marcus says this in his book. He says, and not in his book, but in his article about this album. And he says it's kind of like this album is more of like the film director's auteur album than like Highway 61, because it's totally him. It has all these influences, but a lot of there's a lot of overdubs. There's a lot of like maybe sloppiness involved, which we can talk about in a little bit. Yeah. So I think when people heard that, they're like, well, there's like 20 songs. I think 4 are written by him. Yeah. Everything else is a cover. Before this album, he had pretty much invented really like an alt country thing when he did the Basement Tapes, and when he did John Wesley Harding, and when he did Nashville Skyline, and he had invented this alt country thing, which is still done to this day.
Yeah,
and
totally influential.
Exactly. I think with this one, he did this Americana thing, where he brought in, like, this is where we're pulling from in the blues, which he does very well. We're pulling country. We're doing folk from Canada and from Ireland, and so I think the fact that it was such a hodgepodge really threw people off.
Yeah.
Get you a copper kettle, get you a copper coil, fill it with new made corn mash, and never more will you toil. You'll just lay there by the junipers while the moon is bright. Watch them jugs a filling in the pale moonlight. Build you a fire with hickory ash and oak. Don't use no green or rotten wood. Get you by the smoke. You just lay there by the junipers while the moon is bright. Watch those jugs of feeling in the pale moonlight. My daddy, he made whiskey. Granddad, he did too. We ain't paid no whiskey tax since 1792. We just lay there by the junipers while the moon is bright. Watch those jugs of feeling in the pale moonlight, in the pale moonlight. I bless the day I found you. I wanna stay around you, and so I beg you, let it be me. Don't take this heaven from one if you must cling to someone now and forever. Let it be me. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without your sweet love, what would life be? So never leave me lonely.
You know I love you only now and forever. Let it be me. Hey folks, thanks for hanging out at the Lo-Fi Lounge. We'll see you all next week. Wait, we got one more thing. Another rise and fall, another midnight call. Gotta take another day. My heart is miles away now. I'm trying to set you see that you're a part of me now. Music sad and slow, and on the radio hurts me so, hurts me so. It tears my mind, it fills my soul. You wanna leave, I can't say it hurts my pride, it hurts me so. Every time, every time. You mean a lot to me, but there's no guarantee now. When you're torn inside, you got no place to hide. I'm trying to make you see that you're a part of me now. Music sad and slow, and on the radio it hurts me so, it hurts me so. It fills my mind, it tears my soul. You wanna leave, I can't say so. It hurts my pride, it hurts me so, it hurts me so, it hurts me so. It tears my mind, it fills my soul. Wanna leave, it hurts my pride, it hurts me so. You mean a lot to me, but there's no guarantee now. That when you're torn inside, you got no place to hide. Trying to make you see you're just a part of me now. You're on the radio, I gotta let you know. I gotta let you know. It hurts me so, it hurts me so. It tears my mind, it fills my soul. You wanna leave, I can't say it hurts my pride. It hurts me so, it hurts me so. It hurts me so. It tears my mind, it fills my
every time.